right. Well, I am here at Rocklahoma 2016, sitting next to Mr. David Draiman. How's it going, sir?
Cannot complain, my friend. Looking forward to today.
Absolutely. You guys are headlining the first night and just kind of making the festival rounds right now. I saw you guys last week at Rock on the Range and looking forward to seeing you tonight.
Very, very blessed to have such amazing opportunities, certainly. We've been having one hell of a month, for sure.
Yeah. And the stage show is crazy with all the pyro and the whole thing. So tell me what kind of...
We blow it up pretty good, that's for sure. We go through a lot of accelerant up there. It gets hot.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But we love it. We live for it. And certainly the fans seem to be responding to the pyrotechnics with a lot of excitement. So we're excited to bring it to them.
Awesome. And did you ever get, like, it's so hot up there, you ever like, man, I wish I had the kind of persona that I could just wear basketball shorts and, like, just, because you're up there in the big trench coat thing, and it's...
and it's extra hot, for sure. That is a thought sometimes. The most challenging part of it is that when you have that much pyro going on at specific periods of time, it burns off all the oxygen on the deck.
Oh, okay.
So you really need to watch your breathing technique as a singer.
Sure.
Need to make sure I know where I'm taking my breaths, and it's not just for the sake of the music, but for the sake of the pyro hits too. So
that's crazy. I've never would have thought of that.
It's more challenging, for sure.
Gotcha. And just overall, how has the touring been on the summer here? Yeah.
Amazing. We, like I said, we're really, really tremendously blessed. Again, it's just been such an incredible opportunity coming back from this hiatus for the month of May to be basically headlining just about every festival with the word rock in it in the United States. It's been an honor and a privilege, and we've had some amazing company with us doing it. So we just have been having one hell of a time.
That's awesome. And I mean, right now you're coming off of the huge success of The Sound of Silence, which I mean must be insane, because I don't know.
Very, very surreal. Way, way above and beyond any of our initial expectations. Mm-hmm. Couldn't be more happy, couldn't be more surprised, couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah. And what was your reaction when you saw Paul Simon comment on it and share it on Facebook?
I had a bona fide, fanboy moment, for sure. Definitely shocking, incredible, and very, very validating and invigorating. You always hope that when you cover a song like that, that the original artist who created it loves it.
Sure.
And thank God he does.
Yeah.
So it's just very, very gratifying, for sure.
Have you gotten any reactions like that for some of the previous covers? Because you guys tend to do one every record.
Kurt Smith from Tears for Fears actually reached out to us back in the day. He was actually one of the judges on the initial festival that used to go on in Chicago called Mob Fest, where we actually got our deal from.
Okay.
So he himself back then had said that our version of Shout brought out the darkness and the aggression that was inherent in the lyric that they had not.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so a tremendous compliment from him back then as well. So it's not the first time, but this one definitely holds particularly special significance, given the fact that Mikey and his family, it was Mike's suggestion to do the cover to begin with. It was his family that raised him on it. That's our close personal connection to it. I also have a connection to it from my youth, and my uncle introduced me to Simon and Garfunkel. The Graduate was one of my favorite movies.
Absolutely.
So it tastes extra sweet this time, for sure.
That's awesome. And so what's kind of the rest of your year looking like? Just kind of tour? And
pretty crazy. We're about to head over to Europe for a bunch of the festivals, playing Download, Rock am Ring, Rock am Park, Grass Pop, Hellfest, headlining Nova Rock in Austria, where to go further on to the success of The Sound of Silence, the track is currently #1 on iTunes there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, of all songs, not just rock songs, which is just insanity. I never thought in a million years I'd ever be seeing something like that. Then we have our big summer tour coming up with us, Bricking Benjamin, Alter Bridge, and St. Asonia, which is going all over the United States, which we're really, really looking forward to. Tremendously honored to be a part of the Ozfest meets Nodfest happening, supporting Black Sabbath on the Ozfest day of the festival. So a lot of really great things coming up that we're very much looking forward to.
Have you played with Black Sabbath previously?
We have on previous Ozfest.
Okay.
But never as main support.
Gotcha.
So this will be a rather unique and wonderful opportunity, and we couldn't be more honored.
That's awesome. And as far as the record goes, it was, 4 or 5 years between records? Or maybe even further than that, 4 or 5 years?
It was 5 years between records, yeah. It was about 4 years between touring.
Okay. And you guys kind of recorded it in secret, correct?
Yeah. Not an easy thing to do in the age of the internet, for sure.
Right. And I mean, how calculated was that?
Specifically calculated.
Yeah.
We ended up pissing off a lot of our relatives and friends, and
so it was even secret among relatives and friends.
Oh yeah, there was maybe a handful of 5 people that knew about the whole thing, other than the direct people at the label that had to know. We couldn't let a lot of our extended family and friends know about it, and we came up with some wonderful white lies to help make the whole situation a little bit more easier to swallow as far as the story was concerned. I think that recording the record in Las Vegas actually gave us the element of plausible deniability, because it's not that unusual to imagine that the guys in Disturbed will be hanging out in Vegas for any particular period of time. And people go there to have a good time. We like having a good time, so
absolutely
gave us an excuse. I think if everybody had seen us in Chicago together, knowing we no longer live there, all of us except for Danny, who still lives there, then suspicions would have been raised. So not an easy feat, but one we're very happy that we were able to achieve.
Yeah, it seems like it definitely paid off to, I think sometimes, especially in this age of information, the less is more. Really is
I couldn't
something.
agree more.
But now you are someone who's been, I guess, on and off active on social media.
Again, that's why now I'm saying to you that I couldn't agree more.
Right,
because of my withdrawing from it. And I'm a much happier person for having done it, for sure. It's not a pleasant thing being in that under that microscope and being in that environment. I get myself in enough trouble as it is, even without having that. So able to spend more time with my wife and kid and focus on them a little bit more. And if people want to judge us, they can judge us from our records and our performances live. And an opinion is just that, an opinion, and just trying to speak from my heart. And apparently the best thing that you can do to incite an argument is to actually voice an opinion. So I'm glad that I'm no longer doing so publicly.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me, man.
My pleasure.
I'm sure you've got a lot to do today. And
but this is an important thing. I mean, stations like you guys who've been supporting us all the way here, and without your support, we're not able to do what we do as a band as well. So we're very grateful to you guys as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down with me, and looking forward to the show. And we'll see you again this summer, I think. So
Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, sir.